Yes, guys, so we are finally back again for the very first out of 2 reactions I'll be dropping that again today, guys. Of course, this one will be on the Mystelics reaction, guys. Big up on yourself for definitely tuning into another vibrations, and the next one will be on BrBpTV a bit later on today. And of course, with that said, guys, let us get into the vibrations for the day. But don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that right there and then. Now, this video has been sent to me a number of times. I think Siri also did one on that regard right there. But I'm going to react to that video right there. So let us get into it now. Volumes up. All right, easy bird.
While we celebrate 45 years of independence,
I'm guessing the individual speaking is none other than the legend himself, Mr. Danny Luge. Big up Mr. Danny Luge, and of course he's making things aware or showing us what is happening. I think this video was taken on the same 3rd of November. And of course, sometimes there's distractions, brothers and sisters. When there's distractions, things happen, and we are all engulfed in this sort of independence, for which we cannot say we have true independence. But anyways, let's get back to the video.
While we celebrate 45 years of independence, Chinese are on the old planning housing division compound, setting up a commune. Earlier on, I saw them cutting the trees around that compound. That's the work that Dominicans should be doing.
Yep.
Rebuilding that historic site.
That is the problem I usually have, brothers and sisters. Like I mentioned yesterday when I was talking about the Grenadians, when foreign individuals coming in, at least 70 to 90% of the workforce has to be Grenadians, brothers and sisters. This is not something like you need some foreign individual to come and do. Dominicans can definitely do this. You mean to tell me that Dominicans in Dominica cannot build houses and put roofs on houses? Really? They cannot organize these things and make sure that these things are up to par? To me, when I was growing up, it was Dominicans I used to see doing all the work, you know, guys. It was Dominicans, especially in being in certain houses across Dominica, brothers and sisters. It was the very Dominicans that were building it. Why then are they then putting the work to the Chinese to do? Don't get me wrong, you know, Chinese have the right to do what they are asked to task. You understand me? But on the basis of what Dominicans can do, we should not be taking money to give to China. On the basis, I'm thinking maybe they're doing this because Dominica has a lot of debt to China, and on the basis of that, maybe that's why they are giving the Chinese the jobs to do, and as a result of doing the jobs, then, you know, the work, the money goes to them to pay off the debts. Maybe. But the thing is, we don't know if that is the case. You know why? Because none of us are being told what exactly is happening. We have a MOU. We don't know what on earth is in the MOU. What exactly is this? At least come to tell people, guys, we owe China a number of debts. I'm just thinking maybe that is the cause. Maybe that's why they're giving all the work to the Chinese to do. Guys, we owe Chinese a lot of debt. And as a result of doing that, we want them to come in the country and, you know, do some work and stuff so that we can pay off these debts when they do the work. But then again, if you're giving them the work to do, wouldn't that mean that you're mounting up more debts because you have to pay them plus the debt? So that doesn't make any sense, come to think of it. Because if I owe you some money, brothers and sisters, I owe you money. My ability of owing you money should be to pay you the money, is that not give you work to do and think you're doing the work for free. I then have to pay you for the work that you do plus the debt that I owe you. So that doesn't make sense, come to think of it. Therefore, instead of paying the Chinese double the debts and then the monies for doing these things, why don't they give it to the locals? You give it to the locals so that therefore money can circulate in the country. That is exactly why Grenada is the way it is. Because Grenada get the monies and it's circulating. The people have employment and it's circulating in the country, and thus, you know, there's a level of satisfaction when it comes down to living. But they're giving all these funds to the Chinese to do money upon money again, and they leave in the locals as if the locals are incompetent to do these things. Why is that, brothers and sisters? Why is that?
Where sugar was made, there was a mill before. So that's what's happening. The Chinese, it look like they're setting up a settlement or commune in the old housing and planning division compound. Work that Dominicans should be doing on the 45th anniversary of our independence.
Doesn't that say a lot? Like I said it before, guys, this could have been a distraction, the independence. Hey, let us make them go and do this stuff while they're celebrating. Why is there always some level of distractions that we Dominican or the leaders at the top are trying to do? Or is it coincidental? But on the basis of distraction, brothers and sisters, it reminds me of when Dominica lost the visa-free access to the United Kingdom as a result of the very leaders themselves. It didn't take a day or 2 days later, they had jumped up in Bath Estate, talking about it, trying to bring back what used to be back. Who you telling that they me? It's going to be next year? Brothers and sisters, load shedding starting. Tune in to the next BrBpTV video, guys, a bit later on. I'll be talking about that. Anyways, let's continue right there.
But we must know what's happening in Dominica.
Exactly.
Earlier on, I saw them cutting the trees around that area, so I'll just go around. You see what going on here, brother? The Chinese setting up a commune here.
It looks like they're actually doing something there. For real? Really, guys? I mean, and people not saying anything about that. The Prime Minister stated that they had some what happened with that meeting? The meeting they had yesterday on the 6th of November at 8 p.m. I myself, I have no clue about that thing. What exactly happened in that meeting? Did the Prime Minister speak about these things? Did he spoke about what is happening there? I mean, you have meetings to talk to the people, and was this mentioned? was this mentioned, guys? I don't know. I didn't see the meeting. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. Was this mentioned in the meeting that the Prime Minister held yesterday at 8 p.m. or around 8 p.m.? You know, they never start on time already. Let's continue.
You know, it looking like that is where they're going to be living. You know that, and no one knows what's happening to the.
So before he continues, guys, I'll bring it back a little bit later. Was this like this, or they're removing the roof on this thing for them to then build a new establishment? Was this like this before? Did Erica or Maria take out the roofs and stuff on this, or did they literally take out? Because it looks like they're taking it out. It looks like they're taking it out. I see this piece there. I don't know. Was this like this before, guys? Let me know in the comment box below.
Ruins of a historic site.
A historic site again. I say I will bring it back. Let me bring it back.
No one knows what's happening to the ruins of a historic site. Sugar cane, you know, that was made there before. Okay. And Chinese take over there.
Wouldn't that be a better place to have individuals come and visit, especially tourists, to come and see what was happening back in the day? To see what was going on back in the day, slavery, to ensure that they get a reminder that this should never happen again. But then again, this is physical slavery though. But then you still have to worry about mental slavery, because apparently a lot of people are under mental slavery and not realizing what is happening to them. And when you don't realize what is happening to you, brothers and sisters, especially when people are telling you what's going on, and you don't want to listen, brothers and sisters, there's a problem upstairs there. So worrying about physical slavery is one thing, a reminder that this should not happen again. But where's the reminder for mental slavery to cease? Huh? So I just decided to put, you know, that thought process out there.
I go into call on rows enough people to rise up there. That is damn nonsense. I mean, how you could have Chinese taking over work that Dominica should be doing?
That's a Chinese man.
You know, there's one or two Dominicans and a Chinese colony set it.
Oh, there's a Dominican over there.
In GOODWILL area in Rosenhof. Yeah. And I want to see what, because I'm going to be calling out the people. You know, that is damn nonsense.
But will the people show up? For their own thing, will the people show up, brothers and sisters? That's one of the things I always find bamboozling. When there are protests and these kind of things there, I don't want to see a few hundred people. I want to see about 10 to 15,000 people. A few hundred would not do it, brothers and sisters. 10 to 15,000 people to come and say, hey, what is going on here? Should not happen. But like I said before, on the basis of understanding human behavior, human beings are creatures of repetition. So when things are constantly bombarding them, especially that's what the media does, bombards you with information, and you know this information doesn't sound right, but they bombard you so much with it that you gradually start to accept it. That is how humans are. We are creatures of repetition. Just like how they're promoting the anti-man thing. or the LMFAO vibes, you know what I'm saying? The anti-man vibes, brothers and sisters. They were bombarding that, putting that in movies, saying that this is acceptable, this is normal, blah, blah, blah. And they're putting this out there to the point where people just decide, you know what? I'm not going to fight this, I'm not going to fight it. And other people will be like, okay, I accept it. And other people who are weaker brains who didn't say, maybe I am that kind of person, true. Maybe I am this kind of people, true. Maybe since society seems to accept it, maybe I am that kind of person too. Completely removing yourself from who you naturally are to accept something that is flawed, turning the truth into a lie and believing a lie that is true because it's accepted by society. It's interesting how humans think and how the correlation of thought process tends to happen as a result of just constantly repeating things, repeating. That is most likely, that's how people brainwash people. When you leave them in the chamber and whatnot, then you give them positive reinforcement. Anyways, what I know, I watch too much movies. Let's continue.
45 years of independence and Chinese take over a historic site to do what I don't know. No one knows what's happening here, but apparently it's looking like condos have been set up, condominium for Chinese to live while Dominicans have no work in their country.
And it looks like that is the same kind of setup that is happening in Marigot. If you notice, guys, there's a number of long houses that you see where they build in the airport. Now, this is one of the things I was asking. Why don't they make these individuals come and rent the normal buildings, the normal apartments and things that are there where the individuals coming in? They are doing a job. Money is raised from the CBI. The CBI is paying them. Make them come and pay to stay in the apartments that are already there. Not true. That would make sense. At least monies will be circulating from CBI to the companies and then to the Dominicans. Doesn't that make sense? But no, it seems like if you look just past, go to the airport area, brothers and sisters, and you see some long thing, just like what we just saw there. That thing, some long ones. So maybe they're making little motels kind of vibes for the Chinese. So, boy, that is something else. A
historic site to do what I don't know. No one knows what's happening here, but apparently it's looking like condos have been set up, condominium for Chinese to live while Dominicans have no work in their country. Yeah.
NEP, getting the NEP job in Dominica is like a luxury. NEP. Really and truly, what is happening here? What is really happening here? So that the Dominican people can know, but nothing is being stated to the Dominican folks. Nothing is being stated to the Dominican folks, and Dominicans are asking no questions. Boy, so we just live in one thing because it doesn't affect us. I don't worry about them buildings. What I have to live me now? Solar devices. Okay, they have solar devices on top there. Alright then. I wonder if they have the Tesla wars inside it to charge. Anyways, so nobody asking questions about these things. People just letting things happen to them. Why? Somebody was saying that the brain drain was too strong in Dominica, where you have a bit of the slower folks. I don't think it's the slower folks. I think the people are being beaten. Not physically beaten, mentally. They have been mentally beaten. And making you feel, hey, look at them, they try something, it's not working. What little me can do now? So you're staying quiet. Just like when election comes around, brothers and sisters, and you can have literally a change happening, But you have thousands of people saying, but if I can vote, my vote doesn't matter. Thousands of people that can actually make a difference. If each of them was saying, you know what, I'm not saying I go to make a difference, but let me go and vote because I see the need that something needs to happen. No, they're saying, boy, what my vote can do now. Imagine thousands of people saying that and not realizing if the thousands of people who actually did go and vote, they would have made a difference. That's interesting, eh? Defeated in the mind, brothers and sisters. Not logical thinking, Defeated in the mind. Based on emotion. Oh, my vote wouldn't matter.
I don't know when Dominicans would wake up, with this blasted bullshit
that's a big question
that's going on in Dominica. you know. We don't even know if they're setting up, because even the Goodwill School on the other side, I don't know if they're setting up commune to rebuild the Goodwill School.
But why can't they just rent a spot in the place? It's CBI monies that putting these things. They're not true. So let the money circulate now. Why you have to just give all these CBI monies to these folks? For them to build things for themselves when you can literally make the money come into the country. I mean, that's the thinking that should be of the leader of a country who's actually interested in the development of the economy. But if the leader of the country is not interested in the development of the economy, and as a result is slowly but surely taking away the economic standing of growth for the Dominican people, what do you expect to happen? Huh? People going to constantly be begging them until they become masters, to the point where you see ladies saying, come back. Her oppressor is keeping her down, but she's saying, come back. See how interesting the mind is? It's very interesting indeed.
Or if they're going to work on the planning division, but nothing is shared with the Dominican population.
Yes, that's the same man.
So Rosanov, wake up, I'll be calling on y'all. Wake up, Rosanov, wake up.
I mean, if the man so care about the country, at least tell the people what's going on. Say something. China aid for shared future.
I'll go around the building, because I think somewhere at the back they're setting up a septic tank. So I'll just walk around the building. Look at a historic site.
You could use that historic site to show the people what was going on. Make it like a museum, so when the tourists come, they will see something of that sort. They will see something else and be like, boy, that was very terrible that happened to Dominica. Let me contribute. Let me see if I can contribute something, you know? Give something, you know, and help out the place. No, we want to build $1 billion White House for one man to stay in. No, one woman will have to stay inside the White House. Where Charles Reagan stay now? I don't know where he can stay. Maybe he have his house somewhere. Well, he get how much millions of dollars from being president? I think $30,000 a month he was getting. So $30,000 times 12.
And Chinese taking over in Roosevelt. And Chinese across my Goodwill School. Everything in this blasted country. While Dominicans cannot get work to do, our contractors, the Chinese are all over every single project. International airport, fake international airport, Chinese used to that mobilizing. All community centers, Chinese. Hospital, Chinese. And I think what has been done here is a blasted septic tank. A septic tank.
So they're actually building something there for real.
Yeah, it looks like a septic tank is being set up there.
So there's definitely something going on, guys.
So that's what's going on in Rosa now.
So there's definitely a settlement happening there, guys. There's no. I mean, the septic tank will definitely prove that for you. There's literally a hose passing, going down there, you know, to come inside there. I think it should be deeper than that, though. Who knows? They're probably going to cover it up, build it up, and what have you. I think it should be deeper than that. I could be wrong. I'm not a septic tank expertise. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think is happening right there? Is it an issue? Do you think, hey, that with those buildings, let them break them down? They have clothing there. All right then. A little laundry, you know, dry your clothes in the sun, man. Of course. What you mean now? But guys, what are your thoughts, man? What do you think is actually happening there? I personally think if they're building little hotels and wanted for them to stay, it is better that they rent the areas that actually have apartments so that the people can get some monies. The people can get some monies as a result of CBI indirectly through them, and as a result of that, the monies can then circulate in the economy. But if you have an alternative plan or the people not getting any sort of money, and then you come in and say, hey, we do nice things for build apartments for you, but you don't have jobs. You don't have jobs to maintain apartments. This is why most likely they know that people cannot afford to, you know, pay rent for the buildings that was given, not given, no, that have been rented to them. For their loyalty, they may not be able to pay the monies, but they have to pay with their loyalty. And it's interesting that the individuals are paying with their loyalty as a result of monies that are due unto Dominicans, that have been used to then keep Dominicans down. But of course, we all know why this is. This is always aligned with what the 2030 agenda is. And I keep mentioning it because I know it very well. You know, I know it very well. But the people who own nothing have nothing. And as a result of owning and having nothing, they're keeping the people down. They quiver in the economy. So when they quiver the economy, people are going to slowly and surely start losing their own properties because they won't be able to pay for their stuff. If they have mortgages, they will end up losing their houses and all those kind of things there. Then they have to be put in apartments that they cannot own. You know, that's cause and effect, brothers and sisters, if you understand what I'm saying right. But these are just my thoughts. You know, my thoughts right there, brothers and sisters. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this whole situation right there. And of course, Siri also did this. If you want to go check it out on his end as well, Siri Exposing on YouTube, you can definitely go there and check out what he has to say in that vibrations right there. I just reacted to the video. Personal thought process, guys. What are yours, brothers and sisters? Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to check out the BrBpTV one a bit later on in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, guys, be real, be positive.